Hello to all the friends tuning into our channel today, and a warm greeting to everyone watching and listening. I hope you're all doing well. Death is something we all must face. It is a part of life that doesn't ask for permission or choose its victims. Whether you're a powerful ruler or someone of humble stature, death comes for us all. Every time there's a rule or boundary, the world can fall apart, breaking down walls and limitations. But have you ever wondered what happens in those final moments of life? What does a person experience just before they pass away? And what do they witness that no one else can see? One thing is certain: their eyes remain open, almost like a mother's gaze when she watches over her child. If you've ever wondered about these things, this video is for you. When a believer is nearing death, a grand procession begins. It's said that their tomb is as majestic as that of a queen, and after they pass, a group of 500 angels visits them. This hadith tells us that when a righteous person dies, they can see angels and even communicate with them. But the rest of us can't see this. It's a sight only the deceased can witness. There's also another narration that tells us that the eyes of the deceased remain open after death. If you've ever heard about this, you may wonder, does it still apply to us today? The reason why the body is left exposed after death is explained by the surveyor himself. Hazrat Muhammad, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, warned humanity from the night of Tala to the day of judgment about these matters. He explained that when someone dies, their eyes see something that no one else can. In a well-known hadith, he recounts the final moments of a Sahabi Rasul, where the room was filled with sorrow and grief. The Prophet, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, explained that the living will follow the movements of the deceased's eyes. Interestingly, many don't realize that a person's eyes remain open after they pass away. According to Islamic tradition, it's important to gently close the eyes of the deceased. There's another moment I'd like to share with you, something that has been circulating on social media. A video shows two sisters, one of whom is very ill. As they talk, the healthier sister doesn't notice anything unusual, but the sick sister, with her eyes wide open, sees something that the other can't. She asks, "What is it?" as if she's seeing something that others can't see. It's a fascinating and almost eerie moment that aligns with what we've been discussing. The idea that as someone approaches death, they see things that are hidden from the living. Now, back to the video. In 2015, I was in Mumbai and met someone who had experienced something similar. I'll tell you more about that story in a moment, but first, let's look back at what Prophet Muhammad, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, said. When a person is dying, their eyes remain open, and they can speak to the elders who come to care for them in those final moments. This all ties back to the hadiths we've discussed before. Hazrat Muhammad, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, also explained that the body, once it has passed, carries with it a reminder of who gave it life, who nurtured it, and who cared for it. This mark, given by Allah, helps identify the soul's journey even after death. If we were to look at this through the lens of science, it's interesting to note that modern studies seem to align with these beliefs. When a person is near death, their body undergoes specific changes, like the opening of their mouth or the movement of their legs. These physical signs seem to suggest that something otherworldly is happening, something that science and faith both seem to acknowledge. In those final moments, a person is said to see angels, the devil, and the world that lies before them. At this moment, the person's mind is free from earthly distractions, and they experience a deep sense of stillness. Time seems to slow down. The soul begins to detach from the body, and the physical world becomes distant. As the journey of life ends, the soul is finally liberated from the struggles and hardships of earthly existence. In some cultures, it's believed that the soul's departure from the body happens quickly, almost like a sudden release. The process is both a mystery and a reality that we may never fully understand. Whether we approach death with fear or acceptance, it's a natural part of life's cycle. And in the end, no matter where we come from, we all face the same fate. It's a reminder that life is short, and we must live it to the fullest, with kindness, respect, and faith, always mindful of the unseen world that awaits us beyond this one. Even after a person has passed away, their hair and nails continue to grow, as stated by Mayer, who is affiliated with Stanford University in the United States. Death is a slow process that takes place in the human body, which is the fundamental reason why the descendants of the body do not all pass away right away. Madhuri claimed that he had the ability to see and record the decisions that the human body makes about the rate of death. An individual, on the other hand, is said to pass away at a pace of around 2 meters per hour. Technology made a speedy discovery that it takes around 5 hours for a human being to pass away completely, and that there is a centimeter that separates our hands while they are wide open. Friends, this is a reality that is accepted by everyone except for the Force. On the other hand, every single person believes that he passed away while attempting to go to India, which is favored by Allah Pak. This film has been in their ownership ever since Rasul Akram Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was initiated. Why should one be dissatisfied with something? The fact that death is caused by death and the preparation of death is a source of sorrow for Muslims, even if we believe the world to be a factory farm. Instead, is it an Ansari? Have you asserted that the law is the most intelligent observer? It is important that we constantly maintain death in the perspective of the Prophet and that we be prepared for it by following the counsel that Allah and His Messenger have supplied. You said that those who remember death the most and prepare the best for after death are the ones who accomplish this. Friends of the mosque, it brings an end to our film for the day. Leave a comment below to let us know. The next video will be posted soon. Do not forget that God has blessed you.